in a circle with a lineage stretching back to Jacob Miller and Tenement Yard. Teejay, a toaster searching for a bigger stage. What do they have in common? ER in Miami this week to find out.
Are back at Circle House, Inner Circle's Miami recording studio. Big wheels, busy day. One of the tightest bands around in the 70s, with Tenement Yard singer Jacob Miller leading the lineup that's changed often over the decades. Inner Circle's biggest hits came in the 80s with Sweat. Girl, I want to make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And Bad Boys. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna The trappings of success on full display. And you had bad traits. You go to school and learn the golden rule. But the wagon circling today for the group's brand new project with, yes, Teejay.
Like in the US.
That playing out against the background of Zooms and insider exchanges around the business of music, with the band playing host to their peers and media, whilst also bringing some old school prestige to a one-off with Mobe's Up Top Boss.
Well, this thing is RDN, you know. You know, Teejay, Inner Circle, good look. Good look for Teejay, good look for the culture, you understand?
The DJ more familiar with beats rather than bands, and let's face it, Inner Circle, one of the best.
Old school growy, you know.
But Teejay shrugging off any notion of nerves or pressure.
Well, not really, you know, because it's music, you know, and from here the rhythm, I just know say I have to go out the box with this thing. I can't just sing the average thing when I do on every other thing. This is Inner Circle, come on now.
Money man, I make another bag of talking. Put a smile on my face to the bank, me walking.
This track speaks about richness, speak about wealth, speak about health, blessings, everything, and we need that right now.
And Jamaica also in need of fresh star power and music that actually sells in the international marketplace.
Because if we do not have some kind of bridge, which I believe we need to have a stronger bridge within terms of us as a race coming from Africa, where we need a more stronger bridge for Africa to the Caribbean to America. People can't cross over. People can't cross over. So if you don't have good and strong bridges, you get left in the middle of the ocean. Brethren, God has given you a natural talent. Has given many entertainers natural talent, but this is the way to this particular combination with wicked man.
Teejay's new manager Sharon Burke with links to some powerful names in the music business. Solid agency also with an existing stable of famous faces. But eyes always peeled for younger talent looking to stretch their wings on a bigger stage. Burke basking in the background, but a busy bee with a trademark buzz.
At the time it was in studio because I was in Miami at the time already. You know, Sharon Burke called me and said, where you at? Inner Circle, I have a song for you right now. Jump on, put on my clothes, ready up, call the youth. Them say, oh, for studio, we have a bad boys, me have song with right now because me know what this mean.
Could mean some new wind in the DJ's sails. Teejay, a Jamaica chart topper, dealing with the dilemma facing a number of locally charting DJs. What next? They may have a yard profile, but are largely off the radar in a US market that still prefers the beats and toasters of earlier generations, like, say, Shaggy.
And I think there's a formula that has always worked. I mean, it's certainly reflected in the streaming numbers that, you know, 90s dancehall and reggae actually streams better than current dancehall and reggae. So there's no argument there. But I'm not one of those guys who's gonna sit down and just say, well, we must make the same old thing and move on. Whoa, we have to, you know, we have to tap into the new and bring these kids up, you know. But there's it, like I say, you know, it's not a buck up, you know. It's a formula. Songwriting is a formula. Making music is a formula. It's not, you know, it's not. You know, you come in and you catch a vibe. You know, I don't survive 30 years of doing this and still being relevant and hitting shots by coming and catching a vibe. You know, I come in, I deal with it like work. I come in, if my shooter time start from 11 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the evening, between 11 and 6 I get the song. You know, and that's how I deal with it. You know, so at the end of the day, we have to try and figure out what the market needs and feed the market with that style of music. You know what I mean? And put our own style. So you have to create hybrids.
As for Sharonberg's formula for dealing with questions about her new artist's departure from the Ramesh camp, which had many on social media speculating that the DJ felt neglected, 2 words: avoid them.
A lot of changes has been made in my life, you know, pertaining to music overall. Yeah, we've been to meet a lot of new people, see a lot of new faces, other places, other years, other everything, get to know Teejay, get to know about Teejay. I feel like, yeah, this is the real world. Yeah, man.
Wee A Pree, the track with Inner Circle and Teejay, the DJ's upcoming album titled Rags to Riches.
Oh, if I make some US or some share. Riches, we are free. Riches, man, I pray. Up top.
Shaggy, speaking in Florida this week, picks up on the theme of genre-bending hybrids and the way forward for new music out of Jamaica.
In the early days, people called Bob Marley music sellout music because of the fact that Bob Marley was creating a hybrid style of music, but he was ahead of the time. You know, we have documentary on YouTube that basically showed Chris Blackwell, you know, and Bob bringing in session musicians to overdub the original Wailers music. Isn't it ironic that those very recordings are now the blueprint of what reggae music is? You know, so he was ahead of the game. And they created these hybrids because they wanted to be competitive. You know, they wanted to get on these platforms that would naturally wouldn't gravitate to them, those type of music in its natural form. So they created a hybrid, and they became popular. You know, so you have to kind of figure. It's the same thing we did when we were doing Old Carolina or putting Marvin Gaye sample on the Bombastic. It's to create a leverage so we can get on these platforms. You know, and that's kind of what we have to figure out. And we're in the age of hybrid. Everything's a hybrid at this point. I mean, you listen to a song like Go Down There with Spice. That's a hybrid. You know, those sounds are yours. It was produced by Costi. You know, Costi Official is one of the guys that produce for me. That he's a European guy. He's from Romania. You know, but those sounds, when I heard those sounds that he was doing, I say, oh, this can work. You know what I mean? And I put the song together and, you know, and created a hybrid sound. You know what I mean? But it's still connected with the core. You know, and even with it coming out, you know, Spice at some point was kind of, you know, worried a bit because she has such a hardcore family. And I'm like, yo, those hardcore fans are gonna rock with this because you didn't go that far, but you still created something of that. Other people, other genres, the songs who started to do well in France and Russia and all of these places, you know what I mean? Because it has that hybrid sound. So we have to figure out what that sound is. And the language and the melodies and all of these things that work. You know what I mean? Songs like what Barrington Levy is doing on all of these songs, those songs are great sync records. And we have to create sync records. Records that do well in movies and commercials and stuff like that. You can't just do it for like a niche market. You know, you're either going to keep it local or global.
But they soon learn that freedom's better than gold.
10, her last album for VP. But did the label drop the promotional ball? And at 39, can she still spice things up? Shaggy's take next Friday.